I am Nick Shell, the living legend of hair loss, the true alpha male, and let's face it, I am your hairline hero. We all know this. Let's get to it. I learned, so my IQ was raised this week. I learned a new phrase thanks to, you know how I do. So much of my content is just me regurgitating comments that people leave on my videos. And as I was reading one of the comments, there was something on there that I'd never come across before, which I bet like 85% of you have heard this and you already know more about it than I do. But it said, what, FUE? And I didn't feel good about it, but I read it. And so then I was like, after I made the video, I was like, I should look that up to see what that even is. So it's, if I'm pronouncing it right, and I did click on Wikipedia and listen to the soundbite and another YouTube video to try to get the pronunciation right. Follicular unit extraction. I just don't like that. The whole unit extraction just doesn't sound like something I would be interested in. But follicular, okay, so I mean, obviously we're talking about hair transplants here. I mean, that's all I really need to know. Okay, so from now on, when I hear people say FUE, I'm gonna think of follicular unit extraction. It sounds so horrible. Like, what it is, okay, but just how it sounds, ugh. So now I know what that is. FUE, follicular unit extraction, is a hair transplant. That's what it is. That's like the slang, it's easier just to type that in than I guess it is hair transplant. So because this channel largely is focused towards people who are talking about men's hair loss, now maybe I should start throwing that around. Like, hey, are you into FUE? I'm not, but you might be. I tell you who is into FUE, and that is Hairliciously. So what's funny, I've brought this up before, but it's like, undeniably, I'm in the top 5 YouTubers on the planet that focus primarily their YouTube videos on hair loss. And so I've done all kinds of research. I've done my best to prove it on other videos on this channel, that in theory, I'm something like number 4 most popular video guy on YouTube talking about hair loss. In terms of number of videos, thousands, and I have more videos than anybody else on YouTube about hair loss. So I'm number 1 on that, but I'm about number 4 as far as popularity goes last time I looked. Hairliciously, I want to say he's got like 23,000 subscribers, whereas I haven't looked at it. I think I'm in the 8,000, maybe pushing 9. So obviously he's, triple as popular as me, and that's awesome. Today in my real time, he reached out and left me a comment, and I was like, that's really cool. It's funny because it's almost like, are they all friends? And this has been going on for a while. As far as, it's been a couple of years now. People will leave a comment. I got one today. A comment, hey, you should collaborate with Bald Cafe. And it's funny because Bald Cafe and I, we've went back and forth. He's watched my videos. I've watched his. We've left comments on each other's videos, and we're aware of each other. Same thing with Max Da Silva, another very popular hair loss YouTube guy. He and I actually had a Skype call one time. We talked for I think 45 minutes one time. So it's funny that by default, we know each other. We respond to each other. Yeah, actually, so here it is. This just came in today. Hairliciously, 4 hours ago, actually, in my real time. Hairliciously said, hey Nick, hope all is well. Been watching your content for some time now. Just wanted to thank you for all the great work you've been consistently putting. 2 thumbs up. That's awesome. Little did he know that during that amount of time, I was learning that my job is now on furlough, AKA I don't have a job until they're guessing around July 1st. So I'm actually unemployed now, which again, I'm trying to be that much more creative in my videos. But it's interesting that he would say that he particularly likes the content I've been doing, because here lately, I've really taken more of a sharp turn and a sharp tone as well, because I've been much more giving that tough love when it comes to this whole thing about hair loss. I'm just not being nice. I'm being very direct and trying to run people off, people who want pity about that they're going bald. I'm like, until you get interesting, until you start helping other people with their own insecurities, people are not interested in you, not because you're balding, but because you're not interesting to them. It's not about you, it's about them. So I've been very strong in that message. So I have changed my tone. So that's interesting that he would say that at a time like this. If ever I seem like a jerk, it's probably here lately in the last couple of weeks. So I appreciated that comment today that came in for Hairliciously. And that's what made me think, I need to make this video, because I looked up his channel today, and I saw where like he says, hey, I've had the FUE transplant. So I thought that was really funny. Okay, here it is. I wanted to find it. I recently made a video called "Being Jealous of Men Without Receding Hairlines Makes You Weak." Our friend Portus Gigantus, I wonder if that's something. Yeah, he left 12 hours ago when I wrote them. He left the comment, "You should make a collab with Bald Cafe. He is an incredible guy." Yeah, it's funny. It's just funny to see the hair loss community of YouTubers. We know each other. Yeah, I would be happy to collaborate with anybody. I even made a video not too long ago on my channel talking about gone are the days of competition. It's all about collaboration. That's what podcasts are all about. It's about you're having this conversation, it's collaboration, and that's what's interesting about it. Hey, and again, obviously, this is happening during COVID-19. Don't expect me to have guests in my garage. It would be awesome, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have that many guests anytime soon. So there you go. FUE. Now I learned what it means. Now you know what it means. And you got a little backstory, a little bit of information. It's funny because just like with professional wrestlers, it's like whoever is supposed to be the bad guy and the good guy and all that, they have the match. And then right before they came out, they were hanging out. And after the match, then they're friends again. Like they're all just hanging out. And it's funny because that's how we are. We have some communication going back and forth, and I just think that's really cool because, hey, Hairliciously, he's the hair transplant guy. Max Da Silva, he's the guy that went bald young and helps other people with that. So everybody has their own thing that they do. Obviously, we know what I do. My video is very much more tongue-in-cheek about the whole thing, and it's much more Tony Robbins. It's more like get over yourself so that people like you. No, it's not about your hair. It's because you're not cool enough, because you're not focused on other people, you're focused on yourself. I point out the paradox that when we think of someone conceited, we think of someone who thinks they're better than other people because of how into themselves they are. But I really feel that so many guys that are in the demographics that watch my channel, they're the opposite. They're so self-absorbed with their own self-imposed insecurities that they're too focused on themselves to focus on other people. They want people to like them, but why would other people like you if you're too focused on yourself? It's almost like the same thing as being conceited, but like a worse version of it. It's like, I'm not awesome, I'm a horrible person, therefore they don't like me. It's like, no, it's because you're not trying to help them, because everyone's ultimately focused on themselves. So just focus on those people and forget about your hair. Your hair doesn't matter. You matter, your hair doesn't matter. So that's the concept of my channel, in addition to accurately predicting if you're going to go bald. And that's something I'm going to go ahead and reboot and relaunch, make some videos here, kind of going over the basics of my 5 principles as far as ways to estimate whether or predict whether you are going to go bald, before the age of 35, etc. That's a big part of what I do. But see, that's what's funny. It's like, oh, you want to know if you're going to get bald? Okay, come over here. Let me give you my little training course. Okay, did you figure out if you're going to go bald or not? Okay, now, you know what's next? I don't care. I don't care if you're going to go bald. And you need to get where I'm at, and that's you need to not care if you're going to go bald. You need to not care about your hair or my hair or anybody's hair. That's where you need to get. You know where you need to get? You need to get likable as an actual human being, someone who cares more about others than yourself. You need to be funny. You need to be good at communicating people. You need to know what you're bad at so that you can know what you're good at, and then start applying that to other people, to their lives, so that they find more value in you, because it's not about you, it's about them. It's always about them. It's never about you. Yes, you matter, but it's always about them. That's what gives you value. And what a juvenile, junior high mentality. I'm losing my hair. I might lose my hair. Oh no, they don't like me. That's not why they don't like you. So yeah, that's what I do. The other YouTubers about hair loss, that's not their thing. That's my thing. And I want them to keep doing their thing. I'll do my thing. I love it. That way we're providing variety for people who are trying to deal with the concept that they might go bald. I'm glad you're here. Your comment belongs